Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing my 218th Mezco Toyz 112 Collective action figure review, this time being of the Mask. Now, as we can see, the front of the packaging has the figure bursting out through the page of the vintage comic book. And if we turn the box around, we see multiple images and panels showcasing the figure in multiple posing positions with its different interchangeable parts and accessories. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Mask figure. Something that I think that a lot of us didn't really expect to see once we did first see it, but I am super stoked. Now I know a lot of people were like, why is he wearing a blue suit? Why is he not wearing a yellow suit? Understandably, you know, the yellow suit is probably the most iconic because of the Jim Carrey movie. This is a comic book based The Mask figure, so it's more based on that version. And he did wear different color suits at the time, but this is probably the most iconic version for the comic book. So the suit does look really good. I love the bright blue that we're getting here. Just, again, Mezco has been stepping up when it comes to the tailoring of their suits. I think they're doing such a killer job with things like the Dick Tracy figures and stuff. They've been doing very, very well. So you got some nice polished shoes right there, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And here we can see that he comes with a nice white shirt. You can even see his belt. I love the tie with the little purple skulls on there. I think that looks really, really cool. I was trying to see if it had a bendy wire on the coat at all. It kind of feels like it might on the back a little bit because that's holding shape right there. Maybe on the sides too. Like that. Yeah, there's a bendy wire in the coat, so that's really, really nice. Then the head skulls, I'll show you those a little more in detail later, but I love that. I love the little subtle like airbrushing that we see, like a darker green that fades into that more lime green. Those big teeth and eyes just look crazy. I love it. You know, very simple. It's mostly just a dude in a suit who just looks pretty wild, but I love it. I think they did a really good job. Moving on to accessories, we of course do get the Mezco circular base stand with the mask printed on there, and I love the purple on that, and we do get the clear articulated arm. We of course do get a bunch of interchangeable hands, different types of closed fisted hands, stylized posing hands, like a finger pointing hand, trigger finger hands, all those types of cool things. We also do get a bunch of the same muzzle effects that we've seen dozens of times before. You know, if you have pretty much any Mezco at this point that has a gun, you have these effects already, so nothing new there. But we do get a lot of guns, which is really cool. So we do get this really nice revolver. I think that looks really good. The barrel actually does spin on that. I think that looks really good. We do get an Uzi here, which is really nice. It does come with an extra magazine. We've seen this Uzi before. It just recently came with a Commando Snake Eyes, which is really nice. Same thing with this Tommy gun. We've seen this before, but again, it looks really, really cool. I do like that a lot. We even get an extra drum for that. I love these. We get little bombs here, or bat bombs, if you will. You see what I did there. But these are pretty, like, comically, like, comic bombs. I love the little spark at the end. Dude, like, seriously, add some wings and eyes to that. That is legit my logo. I'm just saying, look at the bottom left corner. That's exactly what this is. So, I don't know, maybe I could customize that into making an actual bat bomb. So, I don't know. But still, those are really nice. I love the fact that it comes with those. Now, this is where it gets interesting. These guns that he comes with are so comic booky ridiculousness. Look at how big this thing is. First of all, it has like some type of antenna there. You can see it has like some kind of like a gun revolver, like a drum right there that handles some type of like a flashlighter thing, you know, where how you sparks. But you can see this is actually a missile launcher of some type that has 6 missiles in it. Dude, that is so crazy ridiculous. I love it. It's just look how wide it is. It's so stupid, but I love it so much. That was one of the cool things about the comics, is the crazy weapons and things like that. You just look up some of the comic book covers and you'll know what I'm talking about. But what's really cool, this is actually interchangeable. It just comes out of 2 little pegs like that, and you could interchange it with this right here. And then this is just basically a ton of revolver pistols combined. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 revolvers like that, and they still even have their own individual handles. You can see, I think that's really cool too. I mean, man, as you can see too, they all have effect pieces, you know, and I guess if you had like, probably like this would probably work best. If you just have a bunch of those, which I'm sure a lot of you do, I mean, you could probably fit as many, I don't know if you can fit them all, but as many in this as you can. I think that is so ridiculous and so awesome. I love that so much. But yeah, that's just a crazy, crazy gun. And then probably my favorite gun, because I just don't know why, we also get this one right here. First of all, on the top there, it has a little rubber ducky for whatever reason. And then it has like a little, the water turn off right here at the top, because sure, it has two handles. It has like a little set of keys dangling right here. I guess it's a laser sight. It has 3 mini Gatling guns on there. Again, just ridiculous. And these do actually spin if you want to do that. All 3 of them do spin. I mean, there's all kinds of little gadgets and things on there. It's pretty wild. And this does come up separately. This is a separate piece where you can just feed the bullet chain through like that. I mean, come on, dude. And then these actually do come off right here, because you do get extra of these banana clips like that. So I love this so much. And again, there's a peg hole right in the center of these two. So if you want to plug in an effect piece, it's just not gonna work for me right now. I mean, it can plug in there. So it's pretty insane what we do get. Again, this is what I love about the Mask, dude. If you guys haven't read the Mask comics, you should really get on that. They're pretty nuts, and I think they turn out really, really good. And then the last accessories I want to talk about are the head sculpts. First of all, this is the one that comes in on the figure. Again, the head just looks fantastic. I love the airbrushing on there. Those big giant teeth. The one giant eye and the more squinty eye just looks really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this one off. And I'm gonna put on this one like that, because this is actually from a comic book cover. We see the bullet hole dead center of his skull like that. I love the blood dripping down to the nose, all the way down to the teeth, and just that little bit of driplet right there on the lip. I mean, dude, this is freaky. I think it looks so cool. That is a very, very menacing look. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop this one off. And this is the one I want to talk about. Look at the single peg like that. This is one singular head sculpt. What the heck is this, dude? It looks like he's making that like sound when he's doing this, like he's shaking his head really fast. Mezco, what did you do here? This is so freaking cool. I've never seen anything like this, and I mean, there probably is something else out there, but I've never seen anything like this. Again, the dry brushing on there, the airbrushing, that darker green, how the eyes look, how they kind of look connected. Same thing with the mouth and the teeth. You can see the lines where it gives them that kind of like motion effect. I mean, wow, dude, this is incredible. This is probably one of the coolest head sculpts I've ever seen on an action figure. Again, Mezco, you did such a great job. This is totally rad. So now going over the articulation, I'm gonna use this head right here. So the head and the neck are on separate ball pegs, so you can look up that far, down that much, pivot side to side, and rotate left and right. Arms can go all the way up that far, down and out like that. No butterfly joint rotation in the upper bicep. Double jointed elbows that work very nicely. Rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. Double ball peg in the midsection, so you got lots of good motion there. Pivot side to side, crunch back and forth very nicely. Rotate left and right. Hips can get up that far, down, do the splits out about that much like that. That's actually really good. Rotation at upper thigh. We got double jointed knees where he can kick himself in his own butt. And the ankles are on ball pegs. He rotate up and down. And that ankle rocker is very, very little. I wish that was a little bit better, but other than that, I think this thing is insane. What I'm going to do too, I'm going to go ahead and pop this head back on because this thing is ridiculous. And I just kind of want to show you guys the motion with this thing because it's monstrous. So he still can look up that far. Actually still look down pretty decently. Does turn left and right, pivot side to side. So again, a lot of good motion even with this craziness. So again, look at that ridiculous head sculpt. Oh my god, that right there alone makes this figure worth it. I love this thing. It is so fun. I'm so glad that they're tapping into these more like cult following types of characters like the Mask. Yeah, we all know the movie, I understand, but the comic book is where it all started. I think this is awesome. I hope we get other Mask figures in the line. I think that'd be really cool. He's awesome and a definite must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and Mafek's Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to a Mythic Legion Scapular and Mafek's Bane. And for some Mezco comparison, here he is standing next to a 112 Collective Joker and Two-Face. And for even more Mezco comparison, here he is standing next to Dick Tracy and The Shadow. So there it is, guys, my review of The Mask. Now, I know this is the version that not everyone expected, especially if you love the iconic yellow suit version from the movie. This is more comic book based, so I can see why a lot of people may not want to pick this up for that reason. But I love the comic book version. I think the killer suit is just so badass. I love what Mezco has been doing with the tailoring of their fabric suits. I think they're doing such a great job. I love the different head sculpts, like the straightforward head sculpt with a big eye looks great. The bloody head is just so iconic of a mask look. And then that triple head where he's shaking around, oh my god, that is one of the coolest, most beautiful head sculpts I've ever seen. It is so much fun. Then throw in all the different weapons like the Tommy gun and the pistol, and then those ridiculous guns that are so comic booky. I just love it so much. And then add on the articulation. Actually works really well with the exception of the ankle articulation. That could be a little bit better. But still, this thing is awesome. I love it so much. I really do hope we get other versions of the masks, maybe in different suits with different types of weapons like a sledgehammer and all those other tools and things he used to use to murder people. I don't know. I love it, man. I think he's awesome. And I think he will look great in any of your Mezco collections. So be excellent to each other, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.